Buona giornata and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do my 2018 face product favorites, including highlights, lips, all that stuff. I did already do like my eye product favorites and eyebrows. So if you're interested in that, then that is going to be down below. However, today we are going to do the rest of my 2018 favorites. It was really hard for me to pick highlights and lips for sure. That was like the hardest category. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And let's get into it. Okay, so first up we have foundations. So I'm not a huge foundation person. I wear foundation mostly when I'm filming and when I'm like going out. The rest of the time during the week, I wear zero foundation. So I'm definitely trying to dabble more into a drugstore foundation. I like my skin to breathe. I feel like it's just too much with foundation on every day. And then I go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I just don't have time for that. And then at the same time, I'm just like, I just don't care. I'm sweating too much. I'm constantly working out. And I'm just, yeah, foundation is not my favorite product by any means. However, as far as 2 foundation options that I would choose and buy again, if I am going out for an event, then I like my Dior Forever. It is expensive, but this is super long lasting where I don't have it break apart or any dry patches or clinging to dry patches. I really love this foundation, especially for a high end. And then as far as a more affordable option, the L'Oreal True Match is usually what I use to film in. It doesn't sit great for like multiple hours on me. It does start to kind of break apart like right on my cheek. Not badly, but like enough to where I can definitely tell the difference between the two. But it is a beautiful foundation and super affordable. And if I'm only going to wear foundation for 4 or 5 hours, then I definitely pick up this. I have this like thing where I just don't want to use my expensive products if I'm not going to wear them for a long period of time. So this is more of my go-to on an everyday basis. I did want to show you guys this Tatcha Silk Canvas. I can't say it's my favorite primer because like I said, I don't wear foundation too often. I will say though, if you were thinking about it, I do think it's worth every penny. You really only use the smallest amount. It makes your skin so smooth, like a baby's bottom. And then I can truly say it helps my makeup stay on longer when I want it to stay on longer. And then the rest of the time I really just use a moisturizer, so I'm not going to force it and try to find something. I don't fall in love with primers, you know? Okay, so I have quite a few concealer options. I feel like concealer is a must. I feel like it's over foundation, over anything else. Concealer and eyebrows and lips are like I need them no matter what, you know? Most fun is highlight. But as far as needs, these are there. Obviously, everyone pretty much mentioned this. The Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I have the shade Light Beige, and I absolutely love this. I love the size of this. It makes me not scared to use it because I'm just like, when am I going to run out of this? You know what I mean? I have a hard time when I buy more expensive products where I'm just like, I feel like I have to like use them on special occasions. Whereas that, I'm just like, you'll be fine. I'm wearing that underneath my eyes today. Everything you can want in a concealer is in that concealer. That's saying a lot. Now, if I have a very hard night and just really need coverage, then the Huda Beauty Overachiever is a absolute great one. But I really only wear it when I'm doing a full face of makeup. Days when I am not wearing makeup, which is more often than not, the Bendy Avocado Concealer, the shade range is awful, but this is in shade 3, yeah. And I just use it on days where I have zero makeup on, where I just need to look a little bit more awake and like I'm not from The Walking Dead. Then I love this, especially it's because it's hydrating. It's avocado. But yes, it is very hydrating underneath the eyes, and it's just my everyday go-to concealer when I don't want to wear foundation. Lastly, I wanted to give a mention to the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Retoucher. I still want to try her other new concealer that came out this last year, but I don't use this for underneath my eyes. This is in shade 3 as well. I use this for blemishes and cover-ups. So if I don't feel like wearing foundation and I'm just having a bad breakout, this blends beautifully on top of those where it still looks like skin, but it covers all the crap that you don't want to show. Next, I have some setting powders. So as far as underneath my eyes and around my T-zone that tends to get a little bit oily, I love this Charlotte Tilbury powder. It is by far my favorite. I've mentioned this in so many videos. It's expensive, but so worth the price. I've never, like, if I was ever gonna like lose my makeup collection, this would be one of the first things I would purchase. It is so silky and smooth and just smooths out your under eye, brightens it up. I have the shade 2, and you could not grip this from my hands, ever. KKW is another one that I absolutely love this year. I don't love a lot of KKW beauty products in general, but this is like the standout product. It is small, but it has actually lasted me the entire year and I haven't hit pan. Like this, you just grab a tiny little bit on a brush, just in areas you want to literally like just brighten up a little bit, and I can't say enough good things. Like this has really changed my makeup game. I love it to put in my purse because it does have the tiny little mirror, but so worth it. The shade I have is 3. It's like a little banana powder shade. And then as far as loose powders go, if I'm going to bake, which is very not often, then the Huda Beauty Powder in Banana Bread has been my favorite loose powder that I have ever tried, ever. So my husband had the stomach flu this weekend. You couldn't tell if it was food poisoning or the stomach flu, but I can now my dog just yawned. Confirm that it is the stomach flu, which just kicked in as soon as I started filming. So this will be interesting, but we're gonna keep going. Oh, no. Okay. So I have 2 blushes for you guys. This is Charlotte Tilbury The Climax, and then this is Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon. These have been my go-to blushes. I'm not a huge fan of pinky blushes. I like more neutral tones. So kind of have, you know, both options as far as high-end and drugstore. I will say that this one is a little bit powdery, but I love the color. It just has a lot of kick up. So yeah, these are what they look like. Definitely 2 different options for you guys as far as price range. These are expensive, but I will say I use this one every time I do my makeup almost. Like, and then this is the second favorite. This one's a little bit more powdery. This one goes on super smooth. I do think Charlotte Tilbury has expensive products, but her face products are a lot like Hourglass, where they just look gorgeous on the skin and they don't make me feel like I'm just layering makeup on my face. Like, so that is why I love it so much. And then Toasted Cinnamon, I just love the shade of that a lot. I was about to say so much and then I was like, stop it. As far as contouring and bronzing, I generally go in with my Bobbi Brown. This is foundation. It is in the shade Golden Almond. The stick skin foundation stick. There we go. You can read still. Jeez. There is the shade right there. I just dot a little bit on and it just blends beautifully into my skin tone. And I love this as a bronzer stick. A lot. As far as powdered contour, this is a newer favorite. I was kind of like, do I include this? So I'm just gonna honorary mention this Dior palette. But I absolutely love the tones in here. It's super blendable. It's one of my favorite like go-to quick palettes I reach for when doing my face. So I can't say it's an absolute favorite because I haven't been using it so long, but I will say it's worth every penny. As far as bronzer goes, I do want to mention this Sonia G brush real quick. This is the biggest, this is Sculpt 1. But it is so soft, it doesn't give you that helmet head effect, and you can literally do your bronzer in like 5 minutes. And it's just, oh, it feels so good. So good on my face. Most expensive brush I probably have, like this and one other one. But again, there's no replacement. As far as actual bronzers go, these have been my go-to. Becca is another one I use quite a bit. But this Marc Jacobs, I know it doesn't look like it would work on my skin tone, but it does. It gives my face such a nice like matte warmth. Like it's a little bit more cool tone than a summery glow. But just if I want a little bit of color, not too much, this is what I reach for. And it lasts you such a long time. Like I have not made a dent in this and I've used it for a year. Like it's good. As far as this one goes, this is the Luminous Bronze Light, and I dust this on top of a matte bronzer. So I'll dust this on top of the one I just talked about, or just any of them. It gives a nice little luminosity, but I can't really use it just to bronze. It's a little bit too light, but if I want to just put it over a bronzer, it just gives my face a little bit more color and just a little pretty shine to it. So I like it for like a topper bronzer, if that makes sense. And then I would say my other most used one is this Becca Bronzed Bondi. These are gorgeous. These just, they do what they're supposed to do, and it gives you that nice like beachy summer bronze. So as you can see, I'm pretty light-handed with this one. It is a little dark. I do have a lighter shade. I can't find anything right now. My sister came into town. I filmed in our guest room, and so I had to clean it up for when she got here, and I just kind of threw everything around everywhere, and I'm just like, oh geez, how am I gonna find any of this stuff later? But these, any of the shades, any of them are great. All right, let's get into the exciting things now, because I'm just like, even though I love those face products and everything, they're not as exciting to me as highlights and lips. So we're gonna get into that. As far as this one, I did do a full video on the Kylie Christmas stuff, so I haven't had this obviously for long, but really any of the Kylie highlighters, I really like them. Like this is what I have on my face today, so I want to mention it. I have used it way more than I thought I would, and pretty much, even though Kylie has some hit and miss products, there are certain products that she does so well that I'm just like, yes, like give it to me, come out with more shades. Like I just love it. Like my summer highlight, the Wet Set, I didn't bring that out just because I talk about that so much. I think the Wet Set is her best product ever. It is exactly what it says it does. It gives you that wet sheen, like perfect for summer. This is another absolute favorite. This is Fiji, and I use this one all the time, like as a loose highlight. Another one, if you're not willing to spend, it's only $14, I believe, on the Kylie's website. This thing comes with a lot. I don't see how you're ever gonna get through this. This is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder. It has these little things on it, so I think it's limited edition. It doesn't really give me a whole lot of information. And then we have the Wet n Wild one. I know these don't look like much on the back of my hand, but once you spray the brush, they're the most intense highlighters. That Wet n Wild one is so affordable, whereas the Kylie one is about 14 bucks, but all the shades I've really enjoyed, including the ones I got in my Christmas collection. I love good highlight. Like I am not a subtle highlight girl by any means. Okay, so I have a few more, of course, because it's me. This one I have talked about as well in a lot of videos. This is the Natasha Denona in Alba. It looks like a blush topper, and you can definitely use it that way, but if you have a medium skin tone, oh, this is a gorgeous highlight. And I know it looks dark, but on my skin it doesn't appear that dark. Like it works as a highlight, and it's something different, and I love it when I'm tan, especially. Like it just pops. It's something super unique, and I can't find anything else like it. Like I'm in love. Lastly, I do want to mention this Kevyn Aucoin highlighter. I don't know what is going on with my hair. I have super curly hair, and if I don't like straighten it as soon as I'm done drying it out of the shower, which I did not do this week because I was lazy, I can't get the curls out of the top of my head. Like it's first world problems, I know, but it's driving me absolutely insane. I do want to give an honorary mention to this Kevyn Aucoin palette. This is the Prismatic palette. Yes, it has some of those weird shades that you're never going to use, but this shade Illusion is something I absolutely love. There it is swatched. We'll do a little bit. Like it is a little bit of a chunkier highlight, I'm not gonna lie. But it just, like, can you guys, like, look at that. Look at that. Like, I gotta be even now. Another one I was going to mention that I definitely used, Mowgli. You cannot do that while you're in here. Another one I was going to mention in this video was the Hourglass. It's the metallic trio, but it was limited edition, so since you can't get your hands on it, I don't want to mention that. But just know I love it. As far as setting sprays go, I am not a setting spray type of gal. I hate setting spray. I don't like that feeling on my face. I don't like misters on my face. It's just not something I go to. Like, I hate it. I'm trying to get over it, but I hate that feeling. Like, just seeing people drench themselves in it just gives me that, like, feeling. Like I'm just, no, I don't like that. But if I had to pick, I love this Caudalie Beauty Elixir so much. It smells like a refreshing, like almost like pepperminty type shade. I'm trying to see if it has, I'm horrible at smelling, like explaining how things smell, but this is a very refreshing scent, and so it makes it not as bad. It makes me feel refreshed and relaxed. I know that's weird for a setting spray, but this would be my go-to, and I still don't necessarily enjoy spraying my face. Okay, so let's get into lips. My favorite lip liners, hands down, have to be these three that I've used the most. I like brownish tone lip liners more than anything else. Max Spice, Kylie Caramel, and Kylie Cosmetics Iced Latte. Iced Latte is what I have on my lips right now. I love her lip liners. Like, I don't know what it is. They're creamy. They just go on. They last. I will say the thing that sucks about them is how they sharpen. Like, you can just tell, like, the top is just not, it never gets to that fine point. It kind of, I feel that way though with any of the pencils that are like this, where it's not a actual like pencil formula, where it's more that creamy formula. They just don't sharpen well. Like ColourPop or Huda Beauty, same thing. Like, I don't mind it. I can still get as precise as I want to get, but if it does bother you, then it's gonna bother you. But I love brownish tones, and by far Kylie Cosmetics, those shades, they don't have the corresponding lip like the other lip kits. They are just her lip liners, and that's all I need. It's all I need in my kit. In my kit, what kit do I have? It's all I need in my car. I also am going to mention the Pat McGrath pencils. They are another favorite. I haven't gotten too many shades. I have 3. They last all day, super creamy, same type of consistency. I will say they come with a pencil sharpener in the little box, which you think like, oh, it's a $26 lip pencil. It's going to, that's awesome. It comes with the sharpener. The sharpener is garbage. Is garbage, Pat. That is the only thing I will ever say bad about Pat McGrath. Woo. But this is the shade that I have been loving up top here, and that is the shade Supernatural. Highly recommend, especially on like a Sephora VIB where you can get a little bit of a discount, but it is good. Okay, as far as lip glosses, you guys know I have to mention Fenty. Give it to her for the whim, for the gloss bombs. Like, these are my most used glosses, hands down. I still think the original shade is probably my favorite, and then second to that is Fussy. Fussy is a little bit light pink, whereas this one is just that natural, like universal nude, but they both just, yes. And I've never ran out of these, and I'm surprised because I use this one quite often. The universal one, just the gloss bomb, I use it all the time. Okay, I did want to mention this one. I consider it a lip gloss because it's very sticky. I don't love the formula, I'm not gonna lie, but I love the color, so I roll with it. Like, it is what it is. It's in the shade Peekaboo, and like I said, it's sticky, but it lasts a good amount of time, and you know, just don't wear it on a windy day. But this is the shade here. It's just a really pretty pinky nude that pretty much will go with any look. So even though I don't recommend the formula, the shade is worth it. Okay, some lipsticks. So Peachy from Dosa Colors. This is the I Love Sarai collab. It is what I have on my lips with Iced Latte right now. I love peachy nudes, and that is definitely one of my favorites. Next to it, I have Low Key from Kylie Cosmetics. Her velvet formula, like her matte formula, is very drying. I still wear them, but very drying. So I reach for the velvets over that any day, and she has a wide range of colors. They are now sold at Ulta. You can go swatch them, but if you tried the matte and hated it, give these a try, and I promise you will not be disappointed. I absolutely love her velvet formula so much. Like, I have to give it to her for certain products, even though I know a lot of people don't like her. I don't care. As far as another gloss that I reached for a lot this year, this is the Dose of Colors Honey I'm Home. It's just a very pretty peachy, I'm sorry, I'm showing you my troll fingers, but very pretty, like neutral. Like, if you like just a very neutral pale lip gloss that is opaque, she will be your best friend. You will carry with you everywhere. Okay, and the last one I'm going to mention that is an actual lipstick is Fresh from Laura Mercier. These little guys are pretty pricey for what they are, but this is such a gorgeous, like, not nude, surprisingly, that I absolutely love. This is one my sister, every time she's over at my house, she's like, do you have that one lipstick? Can I use it? Like, this color is just, it's so pretty. It's so pretty and just, it's comfortable. It is a matte formula, but let me tell you, I love it. All right, guys, and I think that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know what your guys' favorites, especially your lip recommendations. I love getting recommendations from you guys. I definitely go out and try them out. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.